This episode, we meet Dave and his daughter Amber, who are on their search for a new family home by the beach. Well, we've got a bit of a challenge on our hands here, so we're talking about a bit of a lifestyle change. I'm taking them through some of the most beautiful coastal houses on the northern beaches of Sydney. We've just got a hand on a heart. Stop my beating heart. I want this house.
I was completely speechless.
Can I find them a house they'll love within their budget?
This is a place with real potential.
This is the living area?
Smaller.
Compared to what you've been living in, yeah. Or will their decision break the bank? I think you're in trouble, Dad.
I know. I was looking to retire. Now I'm going to be working 8 days a week. Even the chopping board is worth more than the other house that we looked at.
Can you see yourself here?
Oh, in my dreams, I can.
Let's see if I can find their dream beach house. So, have you made a decision?
I think so.
Really?
Yes, we have.
Hi, I'm Deborah Hutton, and today I'm in Sydney's beachside suburb of Manly. I'm going to be helping Dave find his next fabulous beach house after selling his existing waterside home. And he's decided to bring Amber, his daughter, along as his trusted advisor. Dave from Sydney has lived near the beach his entire life. He and his wife, Pressure, recently sold their family home in Queenscliff, which is located right next to Manly. The home sold for a record-breaking $12 million.
It broke the suburb record by $2 million. We've lived on the edge of the continent for the last 10 years. We're sitting pretty, so bring on the next cycle.
Dave's wife, Pressure, is from France and is spending time with her family in the French Riviera. In his wife's absence, David's daughter, Amber, has come along to help him make the right decision.
We've been together 30 years now and we've got 4 children. And this is the youngest and the feisty, Amber.
Absolutely love my family. And the biggest thing for me at this point is to downgrade and have a smaller house so we're connected and we're just hanging out as a family.
I'm getting all teary now.
Cheer up.
Now that they've sold their family property, they're unsure of their next move. Do they want to completely downsize in Australia and buy something in France, or buy big here, which would mean they would travel less?
The problem we have is, do we buy a little postage stamp here and then disappear to France? Or do we try and pitch for another beach home in Sydney, which doesn't come cheap?
Today, we're concentrating our home search in the beachside suburb Manly. Manly sits in the area known as the Northern Beaches. The relaxed lifestyle, beaches and proximity to Sydney's CBD have led to Manly's real estate prices being amongst the highest in the nation. I'm getting some advice from Jake from Row Partners to see what kind of stock is available so I can make a choice on what homes I'm going to show my buyers. All right, Jake, I've got a bit of a challenging one for you. David and his wife, Pressure, they've just sold and they're wondering whether they want to actually reinvest substantially in this area with a really great home, or potentially just take the money and spend more time travelling overseas.
Well, I think if he wanted to keep his budget fairly conservative, around that median house price of the $3 million mark.
Yeah.
There are homes on the flat of Manly that are on smaller blocks of around sort of 300 to 400 square metres with low maintenance style homes. Right. Alternatively, if you wanted to go to the other end of the scale and look at something that was super duper luxury, we've got a beachfront home around at Little Manly Beach, which is on the Eastern Hill, which is at the very upper end of the scale, where we're talking up around $16.5 million.
Okay, so these are them?
That's it.
Great. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for your help. Wish me luck.
Thanks, Deborah.
I think I might have a great mix of properties to suit our buyers today. So now on to meet Dave and his daughter at our first house. Our first home is at the lower end of their budget. Now, if they choose this house, it will leave them a whole lot more money in the bank for travel and buying a second home in Pressure's home country, France. Hi, Amber. Lovely to meet you. I'm Dave.
Lovely to meet you.
Very good. Dave?
How you going?
I'm very good. Okay, well, we've got a bit of a challenge on our hands here. So we're talking about a bit of a lifestyle change here. Now, we're obviously not going to make a purchase decision without your wife. So where's Pressure?
Pressure's in France at the moment. We'll show her everything via internet. You know, she'll have the final decision.
I think this is a pretty hard decision to make without her input.
We know that, don't we?
We've got Amber here, right? So, you know, you can be mum's eyes. This is an entry point into the suburb. Now, it's an area that you're obviously very familiar with, okay? So this is really about Bolt Hole and with, you know, bigger things if you end up sort of having something more substantial in Europe.
Yeah, it's one end of the spectrum. It's got potential and I appreciate that.
Okay, good. All right, so you want to go and have a look?
Yeah, let's give it a
let's do that. This is the living area.
Smaller.
Smaller.
Yeah, it's compared to what you've been living in, yeah. The reason I'm showing you this house is because we're looking at something smaller on purpose. So what do you reckon, first thoughts?
It's quite small.
Yes, small, yeah.
I think for my mum, I think she would like it here.
Pressure grew up in a very small apartment in France, so this is what she loves.
I think my mum would definitely love it. She's got the kitchen, she's got the living room, and it's all combined.
I can hear a voice from France already going, I love this house, I love it.
This is the kitchen, obviously off the living area. Look, it's a really good, adequate kitchen. You know, it's got good Caesar stone bench tops, it's got gas hob.
And the fact that it links well to the lounge room and the potential dining room is a real plus. And we love the fact that you can have sort of coffee in the mornings and still communicate with whoever's in the kitchen, which is normally mum. You know? She hates to be separated from the rest of the family, so this is a plus.
Positive vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Positive vibes, that's a good way of putting it.
She's got a good feeling to it.
That's what you got to start with.
Kitchen's one of the pluses because it links very well to the living room and the dining room because that's the intimacy and the working nuts and bolts of any house. Pressure always does the cooking, but she hates to feel isolated from the rest of the family. So that's one of the big pluses.
This is one of the larger bedrooms. This has got 4 bedrooms, this house in total. Now, I know you're bringing all the family in. The kids aren't leaving you, so...
Yeah, we're trying to downsize, but they keep following us.
Right.
Yeah, I'm feeling the walls getting smaller with every person that I mention. So, but we can make it work.
I think it's a floor plan that you can definitely work with.
Well, I'm already
around.
feeling this is a stud wall, so you can do something with that.
You're very good, aren't you?
We've done a few.
You have.
This is a place with real potential. The real estate agent will have all the floor plans, all those kind of stuff, so we can work out what we can chop and change.
This is the pool I was talking about a bit earlier. So you can come straight in, jump in the pool, cool off, which is fine.
It's a bit too small for me, but
It's a big
for the
difference.
grandkids it'd be perfect.
But you're such a good dad. Oh, and granddad.
I know. I don't need to remind him.
So listen, you know this area really well, okay? You're getting a bit of a read on potentially what it's worth, what they've got it on for?
Oh, I'd say around the 3.5 mark, something like that.
Good reading. It's actually listed at 3.4.
Okay.
So, as you said, it's entry point, definitely money to be spent on it. But, you know, I mean, this is a family decision. So I just wanted to show you this first, but I've got something which is an amazing house, which is the other end of the scale. So potentially you could be tempted to go, this is my kind
That's
of
the
house.
devil on one shoulder saying, yeah, you want it, you want it. The angel
Correct.
says, go cheap, go cheap.
Coming up, I'm going to test Dave's resolve and take him to the higher end of his budget. This home is a stunning luxury beach house and has its own private beach. Now, this would have to be one of the best views of a master bedroom anywhere in the world. But will the cost of this property be a deal breaker?
If money was no object, I'd sign the cheque tomorrow for this place.
Then we check out this home with views for days. Will either of these beach houses check all the boxes?